in the country with the cattle and the chickens. And are you alone in that place there, Charlie?
No, there's Auntie May.
Auntie May. I want you to go up to Auntie May. What colour is her hair there?
It's like a light brown.
Brown.
Bit greyish.
And how do you feel about Auntie May?
It's lovely.
And I want you to look into Auntie May's eyes, because the eyes are the windows to the soul. And as you look into those eyes and go deeper and deeper, you'll be able to telepathically communicate with that soul and tell me, is Auntie May in this life here today? Who is she?
First thing I thought, Trish.
Trish. Very good. And are there any other children or any other people around in that place?
Little girl.
A little girl. What do you call that girl?
Esme.
Yeah. Yasme?
Esme.
Esme. And as you look at Esme and look into her eyes, and you connect with her soul, does she remind you of anybody?
Yeah, my granddaughter.
Your granddaughter. Very good. So what's so special about this peaceful place that you're in? Why did you bring me to this area, Charles? What's going on around you?
I just love it here.
So do you live there on your own with your Auntie May?
I've got an uncle, but I can't think of his name.
How do you feel about that uncle? Just connect with his energy and tell me.
He's a bit distant.
He's a bit distant. Connect with his energy and his soul and look into his eyes and tell me if he's working with you today in this life.
I just feel he's sad.
He's really sad. Do you feel that he's sad in that life?
No. Just, I don't know. It's like a before sadness.
A before sadness? And where are you now? What country are you in now? Are you still in Germany?
No.
Where are you?
Devon.
You're in Devon. So you feel a lot safer there?
Yeah.
And at peace. And what I want to do now is I want to close that scene so that we can go forward in the same timeline. And what I want to do, Charles, is I want to go forward in the same timeline to another time when something important is happening to you. So let's close that scene now. That's right, just as if you were flicking the switch of a remote control. And allow your mind to go drifting and floating forward. Drifting and floating. And I'm going to count from 3 to 1. And when I get to 1, I want you to be at that time and that place when something is happening. So when you're ready, drifting, floating. 3, 2 and 1. Be there now. How old are you now, Charlie?
26.
You're 26. What's happening there, Charlie? Look at the scene and describe it to me.
In the city.
You're in the city. So why are you in the city now? What are you doing there?
Working.
Describe that work to me. See yourself working now. And what is it that you do there?
In an office.
You're in an office. So what's so important about this scene that you've brought me to this area?
Just drawing plans.
You're drawing plans? Do you mean landscaping and drawing, architect?
Yeah.
Take a look at those drawings, and as you look at those drawings, I want you to amplify what you see and magnify what you see so you can see those drawings in detail now, Charlie. So what are those drawings about? What is it that you're designing?
My ideal house.
Your house?
The way I'd like it.
The way that you'd like it. Very good. And do you have somebody there that you work with, that you get on well with?
No, it feels empty.
It feels empty. So what I want to do now, Charlie, is I want to close that scene and I want you to take me to the last day of that life. So when you're ready, just close that scene now. Just as if you were pulling the curtains on stage or flicking the switch. And allow your mind to drift and wander, but staying in the same timeline, following that silver thread, all the way drifting and floating to the last day of your life. And be there now. And how old are you now, Charlie?
78.
You're 78. And are you passing because of old age or are you ill?
I'm just old.
You're old. And are you on your own there, Charlie, or are other people with you?
I feel there's people with me.
So they're all supporting you in your transition, but it's now time for you to leave that vehicle, that body. So what I want you to do, Charlie, is I want you to take a nice deep breath in. And as you do, I want you to step away from that body and just be about 3 foot above the body so that you can look down at that body. And let's talk about that life, Charlie. How do you feel that it went, that life? Did you achieve everything you wanted to achieve?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure. And it's normal at this time that someone or something comes to collect you. So as I continue to talk to you, you're going to sense the energy of that someone or something getting closer and closer. Closer and closer, drawing closer, that's right. And tell me, what is it that's come to collect you to take you back to spirit?
My mum.
Your mum. And what does she say to you? Because you can read telepathically now, mind to mind and soul to soul.
Miss you.
Miss you. I want you to take her hand, Charlie, because your mum's going to take you back where you can restore and replenish. And this could be to your group or anywhere else. So as we go now, Take your mother's hand and feel that love and energy that she brings to you. Feel her unconditional love and her support and strength as you begin to float and drift now with your mother. That's right, drifting and floating through time and space as she takes you to a safe place, drifting and floating. And I want her to take you to your soul group. And I want you to see yourself at your soul group now and tell me, what do you sense in that soul group? Is it inside or out?
Inside.
It's inside. And how many people or how many souls or colours do you feel around you?
About 6 or 7.
6 or 7. And how do you imagine they are? Describe them to me.
I see my mum now.
So your mum now, from this life, is in that group?
Yeah.
Step closer to her. Telepathically communicate with her now and see what message she gives you. What's the message?
Disappointment.
Disappointment. Expand on that. Is she disappointed with herself?
She's disappointed with me.
She's disappointed with you. Well, ask her. What's the disappointment for? Ask her to explain it to you. What is she saying to you in your mind?
I didn't think I cared about any of her stuff.
All right. So that material stuff that she was talking about? Yeah. Ask her, is that material stuff going to help her up there?
She said, it's my stuff.
Can you forgive your mum for still having that material essence about her? That's obviously a lesson for her to learn. It's not yours.
She couldn't help herself.
She couldn't help herself. Well, now what I want you to do, now you've got that message, I want to close the scene of the soul realm and I want to be able to connect with Simone's inner self. So as we close that scene, take a nice deep breath, Simone, and what I want you to do is I want you to step away from your body and allow your inner self, your subconscious mind, to come forward to work with me. And good afternoon, inner self. Do you have a male or female energy?
Female.
Female. And do you have a name? Can I call you anything today?
Dora.
Dora? Dora, is this the first life that you've had with Simone? How many lives?
A new light.
Is she a new light that you're working with?
Yeah.
She is. So what is it that you're working on together?
Opening up spiritually.
How is she doing in opening up spiritually?
She knows it's connected. It holds herself back.
She holds herself back. Well, we're going to work on her today. So, Dora, what I want you to do is I want you to do a body scan with me, starting at the top of the head, just as if we're doing an X-ray vision now. Starting at the top of the head, going through the scalp, very slowly down the forehead, looking for any misplaced energy, attachments, or past life memories that don't serve her. Keep going down the shoulders now, down the chest, the torso, and into that heart, down into the tummy area. Very good. All the way down the thighs and the knees to the ankles to the toes. And slowly go back up, Dora, and tell me, where can we work on her today? What part of the body are we working on?
Chest.
Her chest. So, as I come forward, I'm going to place my hand on her chest and I'm going to connect with that energy. And as all energy has consciousness, I'm going to ask that energy to use your voice so that you can express and tell me what's going on. So when you're ready, up, 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 up. 3, 2, 1. Energy, what are you doing there in the chest?
Not sure.
Well, give me how you're sensing. Is it comfortable or is it heavy? Is it sticky?
Heavy.
It's heavy. And how long have you been in that chest area?
Quite a few years.
So what symptoms do you cause Simone then by being there? Anxiety. So you're not really helping her. Are you ready to leave today now that we've found you?
Yeah.
So I'm going to place my hand now on the chest. Go in there, Donna, and begin to go and collect all this memory of this energy and that anxiety. See yourself collecting all that energy, going deep and deep into those roots, pulling it up and up and up and up and up. That's it. And the more I talk, the more this energy comes up and gets lighter and lighter and lighter until it's in my hand. Have I got it all now?
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, I'm going to take that up and offer it to the universe, and may the light of the universe always accompany it. Donna, what would best suit Simone to replace in her chest? What can we put in there? A colour or a word? Colours. What colours would be strongest and more comforting for her?
Pinky, purpley.
So as I place my hand now, I want you to imagine that I'm pouring in now the colours of pink and purple, the colours of love, the colours of the spiritual energy, and just see it like a pink and purple rainbow pouring into your heart, filling you up with that liquid energy of pink and purple, soaking into your chest, going into your muscles and fibres, loosening, relaxing, soothing, healing. Very good. And I'm going to tap you on the forehead and seal that in. Donna, have a look at the body and tell me, is there anywhere else that I can work on? Go down to that heart and tell me, how's it looking?
Better than it was.
Better than it was. And what about that heart chakra? I want you to imagine what that heart chakra looks like or senses. Is it working properly?
It's a little bit off.
It's a little bit off. Donna, what I want you to do is I want you to go into the body there and I want you to